All right, guys, there's a lot going on as far as tonight. You're talking about Microsoft dump off the earnings. You're talking about coins taking a dip. And we're going to go over market recap. The market is setting up. Is it setting up for a rally or is setting up to go down further? There's stuff that we're going to be hitting on tonight. And then we're going to touch on a little bit of market recap. So, right now, what we're seeing as far as the market, this is futures right now. And as we could see, we're pulling back up as far as on NQ. So, we already broke the day to go down. So we might see a situation where we come up a little bit, close this gap, and then continue to dump throughout the day. Now, one thing that you have to pay attention to is tomorrow we have news as again. Okay, so with tomorrow's news, where did my news stuff go? What? So tomorrow's news right now we got non-farm. Oh well. Whoa. So yeah. So tomorrow we got non-farm and unemployment, non-farm employment coming out tomorrow. That's gonna be huge as far as for tomorrow. So we should see market volatility tomorrow, and we should see a huge swing in either direction, right? If the numbers come out flat, then yeah, you might not see anything. But if there's a big difference, then you might see a huge move to the upside or downside, depending on the results. And then we have news coming in at 9:45 and at 10 o'clock tomorrow. So expect some type of volatility tomorrow in the morning. All right. So with that said, there's a lot of things that are setting up. Microsoft, like I said today, dumped. Let's do this right here. So Microsoft today, um, last night I said it on here. I said, listen, with Microsoft going up $50 or almost $50 as soon as it opened, you could do a short on it. And if you did, you would have made money right here. Now, again, Microsoft, I believe, is on a high of a high and it's not stopping. Okay. So, with that said, expect some type of pullback from Microsoft. If you notice where it opened up this morning, it opened up right at the top up here close to that resistance level. And where it opened up right at 355, right at that cycle level 555. Furthermore, 550. So you're gonna see that dump. You're gonna see people taking profit because they're taking profit knowing that hey, it could come back down to 500 and I'll buy it at 500 and then take it back up. Right? Microsoft is always a long-term stock no matter what. So you could keep buying even on the dips. But at the same time, this bad boy needs to come down. But like I mentioned to you last night, Microsoft is a stock that could continue to run up and then afterwards it splits. Okay, so that's something you have to pay attention to as well. So with that, Meta did the same thing, but Meta didn't come down as much. I'm looking for Meta to come down tomorrow. So in a sense, Meta is right at resistance as well. So Meta is at that cycle level as well as far as 175. It went all the way up to not 175, but 775, right all the way up to 785 and then reject right there. So I'm looking for Meta to break down. Once it break past that 765 level, Meta could be a good short play for tomorrow once we break here because we're resisting off of here. Now this could come down. We could see our first support level right here at 747. Okay, that's gonna be that first level of support because when we come up here, we rejected right there, so that counts as a resistance. Then we fall back down. So we're gonna see that same thing happen right afterwards. And then you could see as well that Meta created that bull flag. You kind of see a bull flag going up right here. Oh, sorry. But you have like a bull flag that was setting up on Meta to the upside, right? So you have that right here. You have that. And then, of course, you have your flag right there. So Meta was setting up a bull flag to the upside. I mentioned that Meta could push in the sense that if a stock is falling right before earnings, then you will see that push up. But again, Microsoft did the opposite as well. So what you could expect from Meta, I'm looking for a pullback on Meta, especially tomorrow. If the numbers come in bad and you see the market pulling back, you could see Meta fall all the way back down. I wouldn't say it will fall $80, but you could see a good play on Meta where Meta can fall a good $20 to $30 tomorrow. So pay attention to Meta as far as for a play tomorrow. As far as market recap and what we did today, as far as trades, we did a great trade on Tesla. Saw Tesla coming down. Um, Again, I was looking for. I've been looking for calls on Tesla, but Tesla wasn't giving me no calls. All right, so what I saw this morning, I saw the rejection off of here on Tesla, and then Tesla came up right here. So I saw the rejection off of Tesla this morning. Tesla came up, and then where was it? I shorted Tesla right afterwards. Okay, so right after I saw, no, we shorted Tesla right here. So right here, once we saw Tesla broke down right here, we shorted Tesla. Okay, so we shorted Tesla right here. We came down, and then Tesla hit the first target right here, and then Tesla continued to drop down. Okay, so that was a great trade as far as on Tesla this morning. 516. Yeah. So right here is where we shorted Tesla. We shorted Tesla on this one. So we shorted a break of Tesla, and then this popped up, right? And then we came back down, hit our first target, which is at 16. And then the second target was at 13, right? 1350. So 313.50 was our second target. And the reason why my first target was at 316 is because right here we have that support line. So that's where I was looking at. We took the trade once we broke here. So once we broke that day low, we took that trade and we came down on Tesla and take that profit. So that was a good trade. We did 35% on that. I got out at 35%. Once we hit this target, I was up like 35%. So I just took my profit right here with the intention that it can go down to right here. It could have went down to my target, which it did. It hit the second target and then continued down. So Tesla did a great move this morning. Some of the people in our Discord, they actually did more than 35%. I did the live call out on it on, uh, where is it? So right here, 35%. I did 35% on it. Others did more than that. They did 82%, and that's because they held um, they held on to wait till the second target hit. But again, everybody have their own trading plan set up. I gave them the targets, and they just follow as well. With that said, I did do other trades. I did do another trade. That trade didn't work out, but I noticed something that was happening, and I quickly got out. And that was on Spy, right? So Spy did something where he came back up. And the thing that you have to be able to do, guys, you have to be able to go over your trades and wonder why something happened. And you have to be transparent at the same time. So this one, we took a loss on. Saw Spy came down and then came back up and broke right here. So my target, once it broke here, was to come up to 640. The thing that I messed up on though, I took this trade right when it was about 3 minutes left in this 15-minute candle when I should have waited. If I had waited till this candle closed, now we was up on Spy about close to 10%, but it didn't hit my 10% for me to take any type of profit. But if I had waited just that 3 minutes, I realized that I wouldn't have got in that trade anyway. Okay. And that's the difference. Sometimes patience will count. Okay. So in this sense, once we break it, pull back right down here, and then we kind of consolidate for a little bit, and it create a great setup for me to get into a trade once it break the high or the low of this candle. So if I wasn't in this trade, I would have waited another 15 minutes to wait on the break of this candle right here to the high or to the low. So because I was in the trade to the upside, as soon as I saw the break of this low, I got out the trade immediately, right? Because I know that we're coming back down to the downside, and our target was going to be right here at the bottom of this candle. which it came down and hit. Now, the reason why I didn't get into puts is because I'm very diligent in my trades. As far as if I say I'm taking 3 trades, I took 3 trades this morning and I was done. So I wasn't going back in to do any more trades. But as you could see, it hit the target and continued down even more and continued down even more. We had a huge drop today on SPY. So those are the trades that we took today, guys. Again, if you ever interested in learning more about options or just want to join a community, we just started this community right in here. And then, as I say, you could join our community. It's free to join. You could join me in the live trading as well. The description, the everything is going to be in the description as far as for that. Now for tomorrow, there's a lot of things that's happening tomorrow, especially in the crypto. We have crypto that's pulled back as well. We have Riot that's down right now due to earnings. We have Mara that's pulling back and everything is showing to the downside. So we have this huge rally up, right? One of the things that I I am for Mara and I'm for Riot all the way. Okay, so I am for those. Those are I think are good stocks to hold on to long term. But it's been fighting, and when I say it's been fighting, it's really been fighting to go back to the upside. Okay, so Riot came up and hit $15, 15 what is this? 15.34 and then rejected and came right back down. Now we have earnings that's coming out and we're already dipping to the downside on here. Now we can rally back into the upside for the following month. As far as the 3 month, we already broke the 3 month, but we hit target on the 3 month and we're hitting VWAP on the 3 month. So we have a lot of sell level going on right in here that we have to break out of to be bullish on Mara, right? Also on not on Mara, sorry, on Riot. So it's the same setup as far as for Riot. What we've seen is that we've always go up, but we reject and come right back down, and we're playing within this range, even though Bitcoin is creating all-time highs, right? Those are stuff that we have to look at. Now with Bitcoin itself, Bitcoin, let's go right here. Where's my list? So with Bitcoin itself, Bitcoin is also looking bullish. We have our first day of the month, and we're starting out. We're starting out as far as for a pullback. If you notice, we have this pullback that already happened on a month, and then if we continue, then we could see all-time highs again. Okay, but we will see it's the beginning of a new month. So those are the things that we have to look for as well. We have that pull